Hello, folks. It's your host, Isaiah Williams, and welcome back to the Human Experience. I want to apologize first because I've been out of the loop for the past 2 weeks because I had a pretty bad bike accident. I lost my two front teeth. I have an open wound on my right ankle. That's a really serious road rash. That's gotten worse actually just of today. I ended up going for a run today, and a rock got lodged in my road rash. So I had to go get that taken care of today. So it's going to prolong the healing process. But that's what's been going on and then some. But, that's just pretty much the gist of why I've been out of the loop for the last 2 weeks. But back onto the matter at hand. Episode 2, I'm coming at you guys straightforward. This is not going to be a really detailed episode. It's just going to be me giving you guys the basics of how I ended up in Thailand from the military. So, with no further ado, let's hop right into it. So, it was 2014. I was 18 years old. I had just shipped off the basic that November. I went through basic. Basic to me was like a really difficult adjustment period for me because it was my first time really being out on my own. I was 18 years old, being pretty much responsible for my life for the first time. And that was a lot for me to deal with that time, not to mention the added pressure of trying to become a soldier. And the fact that if you don't perform well, you will get recycled, if not kicked out of the army altogether. So there was a lot at stake for me stepping out into the world for the first time and joining the army. But I made it through. I graduated, I want to say March 2015 from basic training, and from Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina, I went from there to Fort Lee, Virginia, to complete my AIT, Advanced Individual Training, where you go to learn your job in the Army, where I learned to be a 92 Yankee. That's a unit supply specialist. Basically, a unit supply specialist is someone who issues and receives equipment, and you come into the Army as a supply clerk, as an enlisted soldier. As an officer, I guess you'd be, a supply OIC or a supply officer for sure. You'd be a supply officer. I don't think you'd be the OIC. You'd be probably like an XO maybe. But that's pretty much it. I learned how to do my job. I ended up graduating from AIT, I want to say that April or May. And from there, actually, let me rewind a little bit. Before before I graduated, I got my orders to go to my first duty station. Oh, wait a second. Right. So before I graduated AIT, I got my orders to my first duty station in what initially I read as Europe. I didn't know anything past what Europe meant on my orders because it was a lot for me to decode. As a recent graduate, not even really like a soldier yet, I guess, as a newly minted soldier, I can say, that just graduated from AIT, it was really hard for me to read orders. You know, I think for me, the first time I saw my orders, I was like, what the hell am I looking at? That's why I just gave it to my desk sergeant in my barracks, and he told me that I was going to Italy. And so basically, I got assigned to Vicenza, Italy, and from my graduation, I went from Fort Lee, Virginia, back down to South Carolina, where I spent my block leave, the in-between time from my graduation to my ship-out date. And I talked to my family, spent some time with them. I had a girlfriend back home. I spent some time with her. And from there, I went on to Italy. Vicenza, Italy was a dream, really, man. It's just like that golden age in your youth. Like, for some it's their college years. For others, it's different things. But for me, it was Vicenza, Italy, and just being overseas for the first time in my life. And it was amazing. Like I said, man, there are too many details for me to go into everything that I experienced there. But just like, just imagine just cobblestone streets, uh, beautiful women everywhere, experiencing love for the first time, all these different things wrapped up into 3 years. And that was my experience there. From Italy, I went to Germany to then move into with my then basically my ex-girlfriend. Um, we stayed together for about maybe 2 months. We had a lot of issues, but what really ended our relationship was my father passing. I had to go back to the States to go to his funeral. From there, my brother told me about how he was a part of this reserves unit in Korea and that I should join him and so on and so forth. I ended up taking him up on his offer. I moved out to Korea and I stayed in Korea for 2 years, or it felt like 2 years. It might have been 1.5. But I ended up moving out to Thailand in 2020, and we were going to stop right there. I want to keep these videos short because I actually want people to watch the video all the way through. I don't want to keep these videos at like 12, 15 minutes because you guys are just getting to know me. So that's where I'm going to end today's video. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you didn't, leave a comment or just dislike the video. Show me just some kind of feedback to see like how these videos are coming across to you guys. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay curious. Peace.